Happy Toe Talk Tuesday.
I am really excited to just do this really short, easy chat about something that a lot of people find very important, or excuse me, very confusing, but it's very important.
I was gonna say, I had to draw maps for myself, like pictures. This is a question that I asked probably every every class, and then for weeks and months later after training, um, because it just did not stick in my head. Uh, so we wanted to talk about this concept of what's different, what does it mean, what's different when the toes bend inward, so kind of towards the center line versus
And
when
by
they are.
center line, we're talking about if you drew a line and it went down the center of your body and then landed in between your feet.
Yeah,
That is the center line that we are talking about.
yeah, exactly. So when your toes are twisting or bending, or your nails in that direction inward towards the center, that is going to mean different things than when they're twisting or bending out,
Mhm.
away from that center line. So Christina, enlighten us, because I will probably mess it up, even though I know the answer now.
I, well, and I just want to confirm when you are in a class with a teacher, asking questions helps the teacher improve the content. And most teachers care about improving their content. I mean, why would you teach if you didn't care about people learning? And so to me, this was a very intuitive concept. And so you asking questions really helped me improve and clarify my language. So I'm going to be very clear here. When I'm talking about facing the center line or turning inward, that is looking to the past. Now, you also have your toes, and you have two sides to your toe. So, is it the toe facing the center line or this part of the toe, or is it facing outward away from the center line, which would be this part of the toe? All of that can give you information about is this something from the past, which I think is more of an anxiety kind of, or excuse me, more of a depressive or past facing feeling, or something that's unresolved, or something that is continuing to show up? Or is it fear motivation, which is looking in the future and experiencing protection, delusion, whatever is about that future thing? So, are we looking to the past or are we looking to the future? And it's all about that center line. So, obviously, on the different toes, facing the center line is opposite. So, that's why we don't say like turning to the right or turning to the left, because then that becomes even more confusing. So, delete erase. Center line facing is to the past. Outside of your foot, so the outside of your body, is the future. And so that can help inform the conversation that you are having and the questions and the contemplation that you're having about the toes.
It's easy. It's easy. Or I should say it's simple. Yeah, and so our question for you to reflect on as you're looking at your toes, is just noticing which toes are twisting, turning, pointing in towards the center, towards your past. And I love how you described it, Christina, like it's inward, right? Like it's going in towards your heart. So that's like your past, versus which ones are looking out, um, and turning away from that center line and looking towards the future. So, and I'm
Yeah.
curious because, and then also in we recently talked about left versus right. So as you're looking at that, is it the same on your left foot as your right foot? Which,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
direction that the toes are pointing?
That's such an interesting, that right there is such an interesting thing to observe and then contemplate on. When I say contemplate, this isn't the why. No, it's just understanding the messages. And oh, on my right side, I am afraid of something in the past, or something is unresolved in the past because my toe is facing this way. But on my left toe, for example, it might be facing the future. So what am I looking towards? What do I think is going to be better in the future?
Mhm.
And so obviously there's a correlation, but there's a motivation or an inspiration for different directions and different things.
Yeah. And I love this too, because one of the things that I started to notice um, as I spent more time looking at my toes, and we talk about like massaging and spending that time with your toes, was even noticing where the toe was maybe moving in one direction and the nail was moving in the other, like almost like the nail was trying to compensate. like
Mhm.
like um and as an overthinker who uh does have a history of a lot of anxiety and fear, um, I love your description of the contemplation, because I think it's just a good reminder too that it's not about finding the answers, it's about curiosity.
There's never judgment. There's only observation and curiosity. And when we move into judgment, which we do because we're human, then we can move back into curiosity.
So with
Thank
that
you.
curiosity, go look at your toes and then tell us what you see.
Tell us what you see. Subscribe to get more of these awesome, quick tips that'll help you in your life and help you in your relationships.
See you next time, everyone.